Hi all, in this video we're going to be learning about images and how to create them in Docker. So it's important to know that images are basically packages built by the developer in order that contain all the dependencies, libraries, tools, and files that containers require to run your finished application. So for example, these will be further down the line in a few other tutorials, but here I have an image of Postgres and pgadmin 4. And I am able to then run them into containers, which I'll then explain in other videos. But for now, we're just going to focus on building an image. Okay, so the first step is to create an account on Docker. So if you go to dockerhub and then create an account, you'll be having it right here, sign in on the top right. And then after that, we are going to create a repository. So over here, so we can say getting started for this one, and then description, we'll just put a normal description. For now, it's not important. So we'll go and create. And so this is going to be our online container for everyone else to see our image. And so the next thing is then we're going to be heading onto VS Code or a terminal, but VS Code is what I'm going to be using for this tutorial. And so the first thing I'm going to do is we're going to get a repo that's actually on the Docker tutorials online. I will be leaving like a link in the description, and I'll be trying and making an article later down the line to explain everything as well on my website. We're going to be cloning this repo, which basically has everything already set up for the image to get built properly. So this is basically just going to fetch that from GitHub, and now we have this over here, which is now ready to build. So I think it's important to look into all the components in here that we have. So for example, we have Docker file. There is a bunch of things that we have to look into, but as you can see, this is quite complex, and I believe it's probably better to make its own tutorial as well. The same thing with compose, but for now, you can just have the idea that the Docker file is basically the file that will build your image. And then the composer file just provides the development environment. We're going to navigate to that directory. So we're going to put cd, and then we're going to put ge, that's enough. And we can press tab on the keyboard. It saves us the trouble of having to type it, and then press enter. And now, as you can see, we have entered the new directory. And the next thing we're going to do is we're going to build a project because, as you've seen, we have everything ready for the project to build. And so we can go ahead and build it. And so what we do is we have to do docker build. And then here we're going to have to grab our username. So in this case, my username is Miguel454. Getting started. So I have to grab this, copy, and then paste here. And then I press dot, full stop, and enter. And now this is going to take a while. And what it's doing now, this is going through your Docker file, your compose YAML, your package JSON, and then builds your image. And so the next thing that we can do is now we can go and look and see if the image has been created. So if we go to Docker image ls, so we can now see over here that the image has been created. Normally it takes a bit longer, but because I've already built it previously, it's already been built. And then the last thing that we're going to do, we are going to push this image from our local machine into the online repository. And so to do that, we're going to be doing docker push, and then same thing. So we get our container name, so username and the container name, and that's basically that. Now this is also going to take some time, because to give you an idea, the image is 1.76 gigabytes, so it takes a bit of time to upload. But once all of this is done, you'll be seeing it online. Okay, so after some time, you'll see that it has been built. And now if we go online and then we just refresh, we'll be able to see our image online. And then now this image is ready to be pulled from anyone else online or into another one of your machines. And to push it, all you have to do is go and copy this line right here, and then in your other machine, go to terminal, write that, and then press enter. So we're going to send this one for now. This is a very simple tutorial, just sort of like an introduction to what images are, and I want to introduce all of the components of Docker until we get to the point that you know about volumes, you know about containers as well, and we move on to other things before we get into more advanced themes. However, if you feel like this was helpful, do let me know. And if you want to know a bit more advanced approach about how to make containers or YAMLs or Docker files, do let me know. Okay, thank you very much, guys, and I'll see you later.